Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. By a lonely prison wall, I heard a young girl calling, Michael, they have taken you away, for you stole Trevelyan's coal, so the love might see them more. Now a prison ship lies waiting in the bay. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. It is old, but it is beautiful, and the colors, they are fine. It was worn at Derry, Augerin, and Enniskillen and the Boyne. My father wore it as a youth, in bygone days of yore. So on the 12th I proudly wear the sash my father wore. Sure, I'm an Ulster Orangeman, from Laren's Isle I came, to see my British brethren full of honour and of fame, to tell them of my father's youth, who fought in days of yore, that I might have the right to wear the sash my father wore. It is old, but it is beautiful, and the colours, they are fine. It was worn at Derry, Augerin, and Enniskillen and the Boyne. My father wore it as a youth, in bygone days of yore. So on the 12th I proudly wear the sash my father wore. That day started out like every other day starts out. Check under the car for explosive devices. You have to stay a step ahead of them bastards. They keep advancing their technology. Gone are the days of the good old-fashioned learnt on their mother's knee tripwire attached to the ignition. Now they can blow you up with a device no bigger than a box of matches. They'll not get me. Then out she comes. I see her feet coming at me from where I'm lying under the car, advancing on me like two great black patent Rottweilers. I watch them as they come to rest just in my eye line. I glare at them. They glare back. I take them on, I look them straight in the eye, and I wait. For dear sake, Kenneth, who would want to blow you up? I am a government employee. You're only a dole clerk, Kenneth. Will you catch yourself on? You're only a dole clerk, Kenneth. Only a glorified charity worker. A pin pusher. Not even a real dog. A bloody poodle. Or one of them other skittery wee monks that only shit in litter trays. Not even important enough to be on a hit list. Bastards. Good morning, Box D. How are you? Dead on, Kenneth. And what have we this morning, Box D? A fresh claim, Kenneth? Fresh claims. I love fresh claims. Love it, love it, love it. Next! Fill that in and sign there. Where? There. Sorry, where? There. Do you see where I put that big, gigantic X to make sure you sign in the right place? There. Patrick McCardle. Dependents. 6. Children. Aye, fuck's sake, what else would they be? Available for work from today? Aye, but I won't be here in the AM. I have to go to Dublin. Not available for work as out of the country. What? I'm only going to Dublin for the morning. You're out of the country? I'm only taking my old ma down to the station. I'm not even getting on the train. I'll only be helping her onto the platform. Look, the train will be in a foreign country and you'll be on it. So technically speaking, you're not available for work as you're out of the country. I'm available for work. I'll only be out of the country for 3 hours. So what's the matter, sunshine? Right. You want an appointment, do you? For today, sir? That'll be no problem. If you would just take a seat right over there and I'll call you at the first available appointment. Oh, you don't mind waiting, sir? Yes, just over there. You clever bastard. Sorted that one out, Boxty, didn't I? You did, Kenneth. Trying to make a mug of me. He was, Kenneth. By my reckoning, there won't be another appointment till at least tomorrow. But I'm gonna enjoy watching you wait. Sunshine. Mr. Smartass, next! Oh, wait. Hold on. Hello? I told you before, Deborah, don't phone me at work. Jerry doesn't like it. What? Honest? I've been accepted? No kidding, that's fantastic. It's an honor, all right. They're all doctors and bank managers and God knows what, but we're all the same on the golf course, love. Wait till I tell Jerry Duffy. Yeah, he's been trying to get accepted for 2 years now. Jesus, I can't wait to see his face. It's 'cause he's a Catholic. But the club can't admit that, but he knows. And you and I know, but nobody can prove it. I have to go into the office and tell him. There's a laugh. He's the supervisor, and he can't get accepted. That's one up for me, love. That's brilliant. Oh, I'll see you later. Jerry, I just left those files on your desk. I dealt with them just like you asked. By the way, fancy a game of golf on Sunday? Sunday's a tough day to get on the course if you're not a member, Kenneth. Well, actually, Jerry, that shouldn't be a problem because I've just been accepted as a member. And as a member, you'll be permitted as long as you're with me. I'll call you and arrange a time. I had to get out of there. I went straight to the toilet and I laughed. I couldn't bear to look at the envy on his face. The years of gloating with that I got the post over a Protestant look wiped off his face, 'cause Jerry, whether you like it or not, you'll never be one of us. And at the end of the day, when the chips are down, we will always stick to our own. Me, a member of the golf club, and him, my boss. Things are looking up for Kenneth Norman McAllister, member of the club. Wind your window down, would you, Ernie? Would you please? I don't allow smoking in the car. I don't even like football, Ernie. I hope you appreciate me taking you to the match. Don't like football. You're not a man at all. I worry about you. Oh, do you, Ernie? Well, did you know that your daughter is the wife of a man who's been accepted into the golf club? Tell that to your cronies at the Buff Club. Golf. That's an old doll's game. The men in the Buffs wouldn't be impressed by that. They still haven't forgiven me for letting my daughter marry a dole clerk. Hey, go back to your own country! Who'd you shout at, Ernie? That car that just passed has a Free State Reg on it. Pope lovers over here! So what, Ernie? They're up to see the match. Support their team. seat 16 and 17. Ernie, we're over here. We'll show them dirty Fenian bastards. Is this a football match, Ernie? Or a crowd of lions waiting for the Christians? They've got blood in their nostrils, Kenny. Fenian blood. Here they come. There's our boys, Northern Ireland. Come on, lads. Show them bastards how to play football. Look, there's Billy Bingham. We love you, Billy. Tell them bastards where to go. Dirty Fenian scum. Boo! Boo! God save the gracious Queen. Makes you proud to be British when you hear that, Kenny, son. Look at our boys standing to attention, and look at them having to stand there. Serves them right that they have to stand for ours while we're not playing theirs, 'cause it's our country, and them is all dirty Fenian bastards. Ernie, I have to point out that is the English national anthem, and the ones who are not English live there anyway, so I'm sure it doesn't disturb them one way or the other, and all they want to do is play a game of football. Well, that was a red flag to a bull if ever there was one. Oh, does it not? Well, let me tell you something. They may look like mere innocent football players, but as far as I'm concerned, they're representing the IRA. Get it? The Irish Republican Army. Understand? The Republic of Ireland, the same thing. If they're prepared to sully themselves by playing under the banner of the Republic of Ireland, I don't give a shit. They're representing the men that killed our soldiers. And what's more, as far as the Protestant people of the province is concerned, they're Fenian scum. Dirty Fenian scum. There is only one team in Ireland. Come on, boys. Kick the ballocks off that big gorilla. Huh? Where's your spear, you big dirty ape? Ernie, what's wrong with you? Sure, they're fucking black, aren't they? Look, 3 black men. Hey, where'd you get your players? The zoo? Then I hear them all around me. Trick or treat. Trick or treat. Trick or treat. Hear that, Kenny? Our boys miss nothing. Greysteel 7, Ireland 0. Doo-da, doo-da. They're all at it now. Greysteel 7, Ireland 0. Doo-da, doo-da. I started that one, huh? Now thousands have joined in. It was me that started it. Me, Ernie Thompson. Magic. I felt sick. I felt shame. Ashamed that I'd married someone who came from him. It's beyond words. I'm numb. Greysteel 7, Ireland 0. Men walk into a pub on Halloween, shout trick or treat and mow down 7 innocent people. And these fucking barbarians are laughing. They're not the people I'm a part of. I can't handle it. Then I started. Ernie, you're a lowlife. At its lowest, the foulest human being that I ever had the misfortune to know. And if you were dead, I wish I could be the first dog to shit on your grave and the last person to see you alive, because then I could say all this to you. But I couldn't say that. Because I look around me, and there are hundreds of Ernies, and I'm numb. I got scared. So I started to open my mouth and close it like I was saying what they were saying. Then I clocked the man beside me. I knew he was a Republic supporter because he had his head buried, hoping he wouldn't be spotted, not cheering. And I wanted to say, me being nice to a Catholic for no good reason, do what I'm doing and you'll be all right. But Ernie was getting overly excited. And a goal for Northern Ireland. The place erupts. And the man beside me stands up, claps, desperate not to give himself away. You're not going to the USA, doo-da, doo-da. This isn't a football match. It's a bloody battlefield. It's not about who wins, it's about who doesn't win. Please, God, make it a draw. Get me out of this. The crowd in front of me started to sing the sash, and Ernie joined in with great gusto and dug me in the ribs. Join in. Do you want the lads to think you're a half-baked prod or something? Sing. And I sang, spitting the words out of a song that I grew up with, that I'd sung with such passion so many times. And now the words seem so despicable. And then the Republic scores. And there's a deadly silence from the players who aren't even sure they scored because no one is cheering. And the Republic supporters, desperate not to give themselves away, stand in silence, hoping no one can detect any signs of pleasure on their faces. I nudge the man next to me and whisper out of the side of my mouth, "Well done, mate." The man doesn't respond. Probably thought it was a trick. Of course he thought that. Why would he trust me in the company of Ernie, delirious with hate? He's trying desperately to fight for the words, and I sing it in his ear. He realizes I'm not his enemy, and he trusts me. And then the final whistle, and the man rushed away with his head down, desperate to escape as if he'd just committed a crime. I wanted to go after him. "Come on, Ernie, this way." Hold on, no rush." "Well, the game is over, Ernie, come on. You want people to think we're not proud of our boys. Do you want to sneak off as if them dirty Pope lovers got the better of us? If I were a fitter man, the first smug-looking Free Stater I saw would be picking his Finian teeth out of my boots. Trick or treat!" I drove home that night with the dreaded Ernie. I wanted to scream. I wanted to stop the car, throw him out. But I didn't. I just sat there and I listened. I hadn't the bottle to challenge him. Too many years of accepting what Ernie accepted. So I just sat in silence, knowing in my guts that Ernie had to be wrong. But Jesus Christ, where does that leave Kenneth Norman McAllister? And as Ernie took another gulp of air, I prayed to God that it would be his last. You know what, Kenny? I don't care if them Finians are getting to go to the World Cup. Let them go back to Ireland, blowing that they're going to America. But as far as I'm concerned, we showed them. Good night. What can I say to a man like Ernie? 65 years of good old loyal bigotry, salts of the earth racism. I mean, he can hardly walk, hardly breathe, but tonight, Ernie's a happy man. Because tonight, Ernie got the chance he's been waiting for all these years to express himself. God help us. When I get home, I see my wife waving at me out the window. Because she's proud of me. Tonight, I'm not only a dole clerk. Tonight, I'm a member of the golf club. And at last, she can up her status at aerobics. Deborah, I've never witnessed such a despicable display of hatred as I have tonight. Oh, I can imagine. Anyway, wait till you hear this. Pauline is going to her mummy to knit you a sweater. You know, the ones with the little golfers. They were shouting trick or treat. How can people stoop so low? They're all scum. One side is as bad as the other. Pay no heed to them, Deborah. I'm talking about your father. Your father was ranting and raving like a man possessed with hatred and racism and bigotry. Oh, don't mind them. He always gets carried away at football matches anyway. Tell me what Jerry said. I bet he was livid. Let's have a glass of wine. We still have a bottle left over from last Christmas. I cracked. Listen, you stupid, empty-headed woman. I don't want Jerry to be livid. I don't want Jerry to feel like shit. I don't want him to go home to his wife and kids knowing that I'm out to get him for no other reason than he's a Catholic. I mean, isn't that pathetic? But you don't want your husband to be pathetic. You want your husband to be a man and stand by his beliefs like your disgusting father. You don't care about nothing. Only me wearing a stupid, bloody sweater with a golfer hitting a fucking golf ball. But I didn't say that. I said nothing. Because there's thousands of Deborahs married to thousands of Kenneths. And I hadn't the balls to be the Kenneth that takes on the Deborah. How can I blame her when I didn't even know what I believed in myself? I mean, how could I stand there and look back at my whole life in one night? Instead, I had a glass of wine with my wife. And I tried to forget that awful night in November. Good morning, Boxty. What have we today, then? Ah, the usual, Kenneth. Ah, the usual. How unusual. You again. What happened? Train strike? No. You made me sit there for 2 hours yesterday knowing I had to come back anyway. I'm sure you sleep easy in your bed with the satisfaction of making people like me feel like shit. I want to tell you something, mate. I have 6 kids, and if I thought for 1 minute that one of them was going to grow up and treat another human being the way you treated me yesterday, I would break their fucking legs to make sure that they never worked. Now just get on with it, please. Because every minute I have to sit here and watch you looking at me like I'm some sort of scum, the more I want to put my fucking fist down your throat. I looked into his eyes. I saw the years of acceptance of people like me, treating him like dirt. Years of knowing that because he was a Catholic, he must accept being treated like nothing. I had to get up and walk away. He was right. Excuse me, I'll get someone else to take over. Sorry. I stood in the middle of that office and I looked around me. 15 years of never looking at anyone in the eyes. Thousands of faceless people with no eyes, no souls, no feelings. Years of resentment, bitterness, and humiliation, just to make me, Kenneth McAllister, a somebody. My head was spinning. I wanted to scream. I wanted to jump up on the counter with €1,000 in my hand and throw them at the people here. Take them, go on, take the money. Spend it however you want. It doesn't matter. I felt like I was standing there for hours just fantasizing about what I would do. I wasn't just a stupid man, a stupid, soulless little prick. If it was even possible to change. Was it? Is it? I didn't know you liked football, Kenneth. What? What was that, Jerry? I saw you last night at the match, but I was too far away to attract your attention. I never knew you liked football. He looked at me right in the eyes. I felt like he had watched me commit a terrible crime. I'm sorry, Jerry. They don't speak for me. I was scared. That's why you saw me opening and closing my mouth. It was a bit hostile, I noticed that. Well, we all expected that, Kenneth. We were prepared for that. Were you, Jerry? Were you scared? Well, I wasn't exactly laid back about it, but we expected it. The terrible pity, because it spoiled it for the players. I mean, it spoiled it for everybody. Pity. Awful shame. I drove home with Jerry's words pounding in my brain. I mean, who the fuck does he think he is? How dare he pity us? Him that was trailed up in some Finian gutter could sit there and pity me. Pity my people. So I went back to Windsor Park, and I stood there in the middle of the pitch, and I shouted to the horde, shut up. Just shut the fuck up. They pity us. They pity you. Trick or treat. We're a fucking joke. You're a fucking joke. Kenneth, look at this. Congratulations on your success. And inside the card it says, to Kenneth, well done, from Pauline and Stuart. And she even drove a wee golfer on it. Really nice of him, wasn't it? I looked at my wife and I said to myself, I don't love you. You've become a habit. We exist together. Deborah, look at me. Your loyal and predictable husband. Tell me, do you love me? There's something wrong with you. Have you been drinking? No, I've been thinking. For the last 10 years, we haven't thought about anything that's worth a damn to anybody. All you think about is you, and all I think about is me. And what is really important to us is what other people think about us. But she said nothing. She just looked with desperate confusion in her eyes, saying, I've lost my husband. I wanted to hug her, comfort her, tell her it was all right. I looked at her sad little face and tears in her eyes. I saw the wee girl with her dolls in her pram, dreaming of her white dress and 2 children and her loyal husband. Till death do us part. The eldest son looked at me with his big, sad, accusing eyes. Now come on, Deborah, I'm sorry. Go out into the garden, kids, and leave me and your mom. I'm sorry, love. Did you mean all that, Kenneth? No. I don't know what has come over me. I'm sorry. I forget I even said it. I'm just a bit pissed off at work, and I took it out on you. I'm sorry, that's all. Are you sure? Yes. And she smiled. Not believing me, but knowing for the sake of her whole life, her whole existence, that she must make herself believe me. We're perfect prods, you know. We're standard regulation, coming from one design. Our dimensions never vary, and that's the way that we want it. But what happens when you don't fit the spaces? Chaos. Mayhem. And you can't cope. Well, from that moment on, I knew I had to stop. Stop before it was too late, before I destroyed my wife. So Kenneth Norman McAllister vowed that night that he would never look back again. I had to train myself not to think, not to see. Just keep my head down and get on with it. I tried to imagine that I was living in some insignificant little town in the middle of England, safe and protected. Till one night, as I head for the car after work, having problems with the car, Jerry? Yeah, I'll go back in and ring a taxi. I'll give you a lift, Jerry. Why was I saying that? Jerry lived on the other side of town. Bandit country. I've never been there in my life. Never had the desire to go there, but I was curious. I wanted to know where he lived, what his house looked like, what he thought about things. It's no problem, Jerry. My wife goes to aerobics, and the kids are at their granny's on a Monday, so I've no need to rush home. I drove up the Falls Road with Jerry. I've never been on the Falls Road in my life. The sun was shining. The road was hiving with black cabs, women and children, army tanks and soldiers. And I was nervous, like a stranger in a foreign country. I began to laugh out loud. If my wife could see me now, Jerry, she would have a fit. No kidding. Well, I've never been here in my life. I've never been where you live in my life. Funny, isn't it? Yeah, weird. And we drove in silence. I mean, what else could we say? Two people who had worked together for 15 years, they were total strangers. Funny. Weird. Want to come in for a beer, Kenny? Now, I had pictured Jerry's house in my head. Couldn't be much to look at, I thought. I mean, he did live in West Belfast. And we grew up with the pictures of deprivation, filth, and graffiti, and too many kids with not enough soap. Well, it was bigger than mine. Detached with a garage. Inside Jerry's house was a whole other life. A life of disorder. Books upside down in the bookcase. Not in order of color or size. I mean, in our house, only burgundy, leather-bound classics never opened. I was jealous of Jerry and his disordered life. Afraid I can't offer you anything to eat, Kenny. I have to cook my own tonight, and I don't think you would want to wait around while I burn it. Is your wife not here, Jerry? No. She's left a note on the kitchen table. She took the kids to the pictures, so I'm on my own. Oh, God. What freedom. What wonderful unpredictability. And then, at the bottom of the note, what Jerry never bothered to read out loud. I love you. Why should he bother to read it out? It's a fact. It's unspoken. It doesn't matter if Jerry ever gets into the golf club because Jerry is loved by his wife. You lucky bastard. I mean, where did it all go wrong for me? How? Why? I drank the beer and I left. I didn't want to go home. To be there when Deborah came in from aerobics. The woman I fell in love with had just vanished into the perfect 10 by 10 square of our designed life. And me, her husband, tied to order and loyalty. And nothing. You're home late, Kenneth? Yes, Deborah. I gave Jerry a lift home and I went in and had a few beers with him. You did what? You heard? Are you wise going up there? What was his house like? It was big. How big? Big is this? Bigger? Bigger? Detached? Yeah? I wonder how they managed that. What was his wife like? Oh, she wasn't in. Took the kids to the pictures and told Jerry to see to his own tea. Typical. I suppose he's used to that behavior. Disgusting. After the man does a day's work. Was it tidy? No. You see, they managed to trail themselves up out of the slums, and then, when they do get nice houses, they let them go to wreck and ruin. Isn't it any wonder, Kenneth? Is what any wonder, Deborah? Well, is it any wonder that they don't deserve anything? If you don't mind, Deborah, I think I'll go and cut the lawn before it gets dark. I hated my wife. I hated her so much. Because she echoed what I always thought. So I hated myself. Before that awful night in November, I accepted myself. Put up with myself. But what does a man do when he loathes himself? You wanted to see me, Jerry? I'm worried about you, Kenneth. You've been looking desperate. You know you can talk to me. Oh, I'm all right, Jerry, honest. Oh, God, if only Jerry knew how much I wanted to talk to him. But years of keeping to myself was a hard habit to break. It's nothing, Jerry. Work gets you down sometimes, doesn't it? Aye, sure. But you'll be getting your holiday soon. You going anywhere? Deborah's mother's caravan in Ballyhoward. We go every year. That'll be nice. Going anywhere yourself, Jerry? America? I can't wait. I tell you, counting the days. America? The World Cup? Ireland's playing, remember? They say there won't be an American accent to be found in New York the week of the matches. Jesus. It will be like the Pope's visit without the Pope. But then I'm sure Ballyhoward is a good crack too. Well, that will cost a packet. Oh, my wife's sister is over in New York, so we'll have somewhere to stay. Your wife's going too? It was her idea. I kept saying we can't afford it, and the next thing I know, she had the kids stay with her mother, and the tickets are booked. Does your wife like football? No, she can't stand it. She just wants to see Ireland winning. She couldn't care less if it was bobsleighing, as long as Ireland wins and she's there to cheer them on. Anyway, cheer up and remember, I'm here if you need me, Kenny. I went back to my desk and I began to feel envious of Jerry. I mean, having the freedom to support Ireland. That he had something to believe in. I mean, for me, it was dangerous talk. For him, it's wild and wondrous crack. I started to watch the news. I needed to know what was happening. And then, the Hoover would go on. Deborah always puts the Hoover on when politics are mentioned. It was like that when I was growing up. As soon as the news came on, my mom reached out for the Hoover, automatic reaction, doesn't listen, just keeps cleaning, and everything will be all right. We've been protected by Hoovers all our lives. Kenny, you're in another world. You're just sitting there. They're here. You're doing nothing. I have to do everything. Look at this place. Huh? And I'm still in my flippin' slippers. Well, take them off for Christ's sake. You just shut up and answer the door and don't let them in the kitchen. Welcome, everybody. Glad you could come and help me celebrate my 34 years of being an asshole. But then again, I'm in good company. Laughs all around. They don't think I'm serious. I would like to ask you if any of you were embarrassed by the football match that took place between Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland. I'm sure that if you had witnessed what I had witnessed, heard what I heard, you'd be ashamed, as me. Of course you would. That disgusting and ugly display of bigotry. Now, is that because we can ignore those nasty lowlifes as not being a part of us? Yet we vote for the people that feed this evil. So why throw our hands up in horror when we hear of another loyalist murder committed by the men who fight and kill for Ulster? I mean, don't we share Lord Carson's legacy that we must keep them dirty Fenians down? Yes, it's all right to employ them, all right to keep them out of the golf club, but if you don't have the luxury of discriminating nicely and cleanly, then what do you do? What do you do if you're a nobody and you still want to be a part of Carson's army? You do what my friend Norman Dawson did, you just wipe them out, and the only way that you know how. Why are you all looking so horrified? Horrified at the thought that you might be classed as an ugly, blood-thirsty barbarian. The silence was unbearable. I was aware of a pair of eyes boring through me. Hard eyes that froze me to the spot. It was Pauline. You are British, and you should be ashamed of yourself. Pauline, you're dead fucking right. I am. Needless to say, after that terrible night in April, we had very few phone calls from our friends. Word traveled fast that Kenny had lost his marbles and was being brainwashed by Catholic workers. I still checked under my car every day, but now I was scared of my own people. Deborah and I barely spoke. Well, what do strangers say to each other? I'd gone too far. I said too much. I should be ashamed of myself. I am British. And I'm being told to be ashamed for questioning our right to hate. It's like we're living at the top of a bloody, great big house, right? And we think we've got the best room. So we just keep ourselves locked in. And we won't even open the door for fresh air. So the air in the room is stale. And we breathe it year after year. And we're safe in our stale air. Your golf club fees are a week late, Kenneth? Yes, Deborah, I'm going to pay him soon. I don't see why you left him so late. I don't want him to think we have no money. Just pay it, Kenneth, because I won't relax till you do. Right. I'll go and do it now. I drove past the golf club 5 times, and on the 5th time, I drove home. Deborah was at aerobics, and the kids were at their grannies. This gave me peace to work out the most exciting, totally outrageous, crazy thing I've ever done in my life. I just needed 300 pounds. Christ, there could be something I could sell. The golf clubs? I knew somebody at work was looking to buy some. That'd be enough. Every morning I wake up and I lay for 5 minutes asking myself, are you sure, Kenneth? Are you absolutely fucking sure you know what you're doing? And the answer was always the same. I'm bloody ready and I can't wait. I must not show any signs of unusual behavior. I left work at lunchtime and I packed a small suitcase. I just sat there watching the clock in silence. And at 6 o'clock exactly, I slipped quietly out of the house and into the car. And as I was driving, I felt like a car with no brakes speeding along like in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. When it came to the edge of the cliff, I took wings. I crossed the border for the first time in my life. It just never occurred to me to do it. We were taught to be afraid of the black magic, the dark evil, the mysterious jiggery pokery that'll brainwash you. And I reached Dublin Airport. I just drove into the car park, and it was a sight that I'll never forget. The whole airport had been taken over by green, white, and gold army. People were singing at 9 o'clock in the morning, laughing and chanting, okay, we're on our way to the USA. So am I shouted. I'm going to New York too. I'm off to support Ireland in the World Cup, lads. I love saying lads, like I was a comrade, like I was one of them, me and the lads. I'd forgotten myself. I was jumping up and down like a kid. Yes, everybody had the right to be happy that morning. People with streamers and hats and silly wigs and painted faces. And I was a part of them. Oh, if Pauline could see me now. Then I looked at myself. There I was, standing out in the thousands like a sore thumb. I mean, I was dressed like this. I looked more like airport security. There was one man who was standing there smiling at me. I mean, he was 50 if he was a day. He had a respectability about him, with his World Cup t-shirts and his shorts and his silly hat. Hey, mate, where'd you get them t-shirts from? What? The whole country is swarmed with them. Where you been? Oh, I come from Belfast. Oh, that's different. Here, for God's sake, put this on. You look like the man from the welfare. I laughed. I was the man from the welfare, but I wasn't telling him that. I just stripped off my shirt and my tie and my blazer right there in the car park. And I just put this t-shirt on. And there I was, standing in a green, white, and orange shirt with tricolor on it. Unbelievable. Myself and the man who gave me the t-shirt made our way into the crowds to the terminal building. Jesus, isn't this what life is all about? There's more money here than it took to crash Wall Street. If I hadn't have done this, I would just regret it for the rest of my life. Where can I buy a ticket to the match? Are you crazy? You haven't done that yet. They'll be selling at hundreds of dollars now. Meet me in Eamon Doran's bar tonight on 2nd Avenue. I'm meeting up with a few of the lads, and we'll see what we can do for you. Where are you staying? Oh, God, I hadn't thought of that. Well, you're well organized, aren't you? No match tickets and nowhere to stay. What were you thinking of? I got here, and I'm going to America. I never thought further than that. Yeah, I know what you mean. You know, 2 days ago, I was sitting in the office in my tie and my suit looking out the window, and I saw travel agents across the street just waving their tickets and singing and cavorting. And I said to myself, excuse the language, but I just said to myself, fuck it. I just got up and I walked out the door. I said to the secretary, I'll see you when I'll see you. I'm off to America to watch Ireland winning the World Cup. And here I am on my way to the USA. Me too. That's what I did. I just said, fuck it. I said, fuck it too. My name is Mick. Meet me tonight after the flight in Eamon's bar, and I'll see if I can get you a floor to crash on. Oh, thanks, mate. I'm Kenneth. I haven't crashed on a floor since I was a student. And do you know what? I'm looking forward to it. Now, the flight across the Atlantic was something I could only ever had dreamed of. I mean, we sang and drank and carried on as if we were told that these were the last hours on the planet. Everybody was a part of Jack's army, Irish lads on our way to support our team. Even the pilot started singing. And the lad beside me wanted to send him a drink, but he had to draw the line somewhere. And as the plane touched down in JFK, there was an almighty roar of ole, 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 ole. Oh, God. I mean, I was deliriously happy. I knew I was on a road that had no turnoffs. I must go until the end. I mean, what happens after that? Just who knows? And I held on to the lad beside me and carried him off the plane. I mean, he was so drunk, he couldn't remember the second line to ole, 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 ole. I looked at him and I thought, you're right. You're right, mate. Who cares? Because however awful it is, when I get to the end of it, I'll always have the wonderful memory of being one of the lads. Oh, sorry. Sorry, lad. I'm in New York. I'm in New York. I just kept saying it. I just kept saying it to myself. It was just like on the TV. Yellow cabs, millions of people talking at once. I took a cab to Eamon Doran's bar to pick up Mick. I didn't doubt for 1 minute that he wouldn't turn up. I was one of the lads. And the lads looked out for each other. Jesus, this bar was just a continuation of the flight. Wall-to-wall Irishmen in green, white, and gold just singing, ole, 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 ole. Even the pilot was there. It looked like total chaos and mayhem. Kenny, it was Mick. Here, take this address and number. You have floor space for as long as you like. No luck with the tickets, but some of the lads were saying you're better off watching it here. For the stadium will be like a chip pan. The crack will be mighty. That'll suit me just fine, Nick. And thank you very much for everything you've done for me. As soon as I said it, it sounded like a line from a Helen Steiner Rice get well card. But what the hell? The next day, the day of the match against Italy, the temperature was 98 degrees in the shade. And the atmosphere in Eamon Doran's was bloody electric. The bar was jammed with men and women buzzing with the excitement I hadn't felt since I was a kid. And the women, just as knowledgeable about their team as the men. Now that did surprise me. I mean, women and football. On your own, handsome. Me? You standing there like the Tom that got the cat? You mean like the cat that got the cream? Well, what use is a bowl of cream when you're dying for a shag? What? Sure, I'm only slagging. Want to join us? We're over here. I looked over there and there were 10 women. 10 women, and I was scared. Come on, we won't hate you, but not unless you're desperate. What's your name? Kenneth? Girls, this is Kenneth. He prefers eating ice cream to shagging. Dirty laughs all around. I can see I'm not going to get out of this one alive. Patrick Bonner, I want to have your babies. It was a man that said that. The team was on the pitch. Come on, lads. We love you, boys in green. We love you, boys in green. Sing it, Kenneth. I don't know it, Jesus. It's only one fucking line. They sang it in my ear. Each song in turn to teach me. To help me be a part of them. I remembered that night in Windsor Park when I sang the sash into that man's ear. So he could be a part of us. So he could be safe from us. And then suddenly, a deafening roar, and I'm grabbed by at least 6 of the women. Jesus, we scored! Stick your pizzas up your ass, doo-dah, doo-dah. Come on, Kenny. I don't know it. We'll join in the chorus. Stick your pizzas up your ass. Why do all these songs have only one line? So they're easy to remember when you're drunk. The man who wanted to have Packers babies wanted to have Ray Houghton's babies. He was delirious. Oh God, I wouldn't have missed this for the world. Come on, lads. The second half started and Ireland was still ahead. Paul McGrath. And I wanted to have Paul McGrath's babies. And then the final whistle. And we're all like piling on the 2nd Avenue. And we just stopped traffic. Everyone's just standing in the middle of the road with our one-line songs. Stick your pizzas up your ass. We're just singing and cheering and oblivious to the chaos that we're causing. And I thought back to Windsor Park. And I thought of those angry men and their trick-or-treat and their cold staring eyes and their hard, bitter faces. And I thought, what a pity. What a pity. What a shame that they can't allow themselves to be a part of this. Then the police arrived. Look out, lads, it's the peelers. Move to the sidewalk immediately. I was singing at the top of my voice, stick your pizzas up your arse. Everybody took it in good stead. Well, almost. I stopped to get my breath and a drink when this policeman came over to me. Where are you from in Ireland? Me? Belfast. I'm an Irishman from Belfast. I enjoyed saying that. It's just been on the news. There was a dreadful shooting near Belfast tonight. What? Where? Some guys were watching the match when a couple of gunmen came in and shot 6 of them dead. I watched this wild and wonderful, harmless celebration of human beings just bringing out the best in themselves. And I tried to connect it to the worst. Impossible. Just impossible. What's up with you, mate? It was Mick from the match. And as happy as I'd ever seen a person. I told him what happened back home. He put his arm around my shoulder. He pulled me into him. Another man has never done that to me before, but it was right for Mick to do it. He knew what I felt. Mick and I had shared something We both just said fuck it in our lives and we were mates. Come on in, I want to have a drink with you, Mick. I want you to drink with me because tonight I can stand here and I can tell you that I am not a part of them. Those people that did that. I'm not them anymore. Nobody can point a finger at Kenneth Norman McAllister and say these people are a part of you. But tonight I absolve myself. I'm free of them, Mick. I'm a free man. I'm a Protestant man. I'm an Irish man.